The other day I received a package from NAATI in the mail. It was a little confusing at first, but then I found many people had received the same package and were posting about it on LinkedIn. Reading those posts has clarified a few issues for me. Enclosed was an enamel badge with the word interpreter and the NAATI logo picked out in NAATI's colours. It affixes to one's shirt or blouse through the use of a magnetic choking hazard on the back. There was also a one-page explanation behind this gift, styling it as a thank you to NAATI certified interpreters, and linking it to the We All Deserve to Be Understood campaign, launched in March in partnership with SBS. It's not a bad campaign, actually, though it conflates NAATI certified interpreters with clear communication, as though they were synonymous, when anyone who has ever worked with or as an interpreter knows that NAATI certified interpreters often do poor work, and of course accurate translation is possible without being certified by NAATI. I've been both those interpreters. And uncertified interpreters have surely also added value in a health setting from time to time. If you cared about patients, if you cared about results and not just your product, you'd be thanking them too, wouldn't you? Anyway, the badge is extolled as a new way to identify yourself. And hopes that if the recipient chooses not to wear it, it is nevertheless retained as a keepsake, as it is after all a limited edition. Oh, I'll be retaining it, all right. Very Franklin Mint. Now, do you want some clear communication? Shall I explain what they are thanking interpreters for and the appreciation they are showing them? This is thanking the recipient for their unpaid labour, for taking the NAATI logo and colour scheme into a large number of jobs involving doctors and patients, lawyers and their clients. It is a brand awareness campaign for NAATI. The people you will meet in these assignments, certainly a majority of clients and patients, may never have heard of NAATI, nor could care less who they are. But they may be delighted that someone was there to help with the language barrier. And at the end, they might want to know, well, who is this person, this genius? That was great, so talented and helpful. I want more of the same. Or maybe they will have some areas of improvement that they would like to suggest. For the cost of a mass-produced badge and the postage, sprightly NAATI has managed to leapfrog the agencies and you, the interpreter, and are hoping that their logo is the thing that people take away from that experience. NAATI is hoping to exploit a need for validation, harnessing unwitting interpreters thirsty for some kind of status who will now wear the badge everywhere they go as volunteer NAATI brand ambassadors. And there are apparently a few interpreters swallowing this. It's an old trick. Lots of employees forget how little they get paid because the boss gives them free pizza every Friday as a sign of appreciation. Well, to all my brother and sister practitioners in translation and interpreting, especially those unhappy with the money and understanding and respect they get from the world, let me clearly communicate the following. Every moment you spend working is a precious opportunity to educate the market and establish in their minds exactly what an interpreter is and how much value they add. Not a single one of those opportunities should be wasted, but rather every one of them must be used as a step in the long journey to an enlightened and educated market. A market that understands well in advance the importance of language support and who have accommodated and incorporated the associated expenses into their worldview. NAATI are trying to photobomb your moment of greatest visibility. And so I implore you, do not waste time advertising an organisation that will never give you any money, never provide you with any work, never solve any problem, and which remains willfully ignorant of the countless factors other than individual credentials that contribute and control the quality of a translated dialogue. You know, like all the hard work that you do on and before the job. What you should do is have a business card with the logo and colour scheme and contact details of the agency for whom you are working and your name, or your own card if you are working for a direct client. You know, your name, your colour scheme, your logo, your number. By all means, mention on your card that you are certified by NAATI, but you should be driving your career. And if anything, NAATI should be shutting up, sitting in the back seat and thanking you afterwards for the scenic tour. Hand your card over on every occasion so that they know exactly who to thank, who to ask for next time if they're happy, and to whom they should address complaints if they're not. That's how you gradually create a sustainable commercial network and a transparent and accountable professional relationship with your market. How can there be interpreters not alive to this basic element of professional practice and who yet dare to call themselves professional? NAATI further tout it as a symbol of professional pride. How low must a person's self-esteem be to allow a government-owned body that sets exams with absolutely no skin in the translation business to slide into this vacuum with nothing but a piece of costume jewellery? And this does not apply to all interpreters. Most of the ones I know are perfectly confident. They know how to identify themselves. They're rightly proud of their own actual track record, accurately and faithfully translating strings of words, and who have no need of a shiny new thing to reinforce this. Anyway, wait, it actually gets worse. The back of this letter announces that NAATI has launched an employee assistance program. What temerity to refer to people you don't employ as employees. Technically, freelance interpreters are self-employed or employed as casuals by the LSP. There is most certainly a duty in the legislation for employers to provide a safe workplace for workers. And for the duration of an interpreting assignment in family court or palliative care, where the interpreter may be obliged to translate material on topics that cause them personal and lasting distress, the location of that assignment is their workplace. What damned impertinence has led NAATI to relieve actual employers of this legal obligation? Such obligations cannot be delegated to third parties, so in fact this may increase the liability of an employer in the case of an interpreter making a claim. The LSPs might fall into a false sense of security, thinking that the NAATI program would constitute fulfilment of their own duty of care. NAATI and their billion-dollar Canadian health services partner TELUS will offer 6 visits per year at no cost to eligible practitioners and their immediate families. What? Well, somebody's paying for it. Have NAATI collected so much in exam fees that they can throw it away like this? And I say throw away because they were in no danger whatsoever as being named in a work cover claim for vicarious trauma. Not their site, not their workers. This is entirely performative. The badge is entirely manipulative. I hope you enjoyed that little chunk of clear communication.